You said right, buddy?
You set up the steps?
Yep. Gonzalez, right?
Yes, sir.
She lives literally down the street from there, so we would.
My brother and I were huge longboarders too. There's so many things. Like there was some.
You have to get really good at it. It's like name somebody.
He's a cool guy.
And then
Yeah.
Fuji was the last.
I was part of the.
Yeah. True.
I was the head of the United States office.
We still pay attention to it.
Now I'm Google.
It's beautiful as snow. I mean, it's just wow. Look at that. It's so serious.
I'll be asking you a few questions. I'll be asking you how many people are in your party. I'll go over which times are available for you to make a dinner reservation, and we will also be pre-ordering the Apatow skewer. We have the coconut crusted shrimp, and we have the house salad. Those are your choices of appetizers, one appetizer per person. So please make sure to be prepared to answer those questions when I come through. Again, that's also at this time, folks, we do have a little bit of availability for coach passengers this evening. If you did want to participate in the dinner service is $45. That does include an appetizer.
married for 53 years now, so.
Because I knew that he built, I had made sure that Sunday built it.
Yeah, they're like, are you going to see the national anthem? I said, I didn't know I could. So I asked that vet director, I said, have you ever had to see the national anthem? She said, from Canada. Yeah.
I will take the 3-egg omelet.
Would you like the vegetable filling?
Yes, please.
Any cheddar or Swiss cheese?
So please be patient. A member of the staff will come by to give you a number, and then we will call you in over the PA system. So please be patient. You have a lot of people on board. been open for just about an hour, so if you have yet to come in for your lunch service, now is the time to do so. Please make your way towards the dining car and wait to be seated by a member of the dining car staff. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. This is a local announcement for all those in the 631 car. Folks, we will be doing a dinner service this evening. There's going to be one seating, and it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. So, and that is also going to be on the Central Time Zone because we're about to change it to Central Time.
It's supposed to.
Choosing Amtrak, and once again we would like to apologize for the delay and any inconvenience, and we thank you for your patience. Gettysburg is next.
Okay, passengers of the 631 sleeper, we finally made it. We are headed into Union Station, Chicago. Should be in about 2 to 3 minutes. I'd like to apologize to each and every one of you for the lateness, and thank you at the same time for traveling Amtrak. Welcome to the city of Chicago.
The next station stop in approximately 20 minutes is Albany Rensselaer. At Albany, we will lose power temporarily while we disconnect the Boston section.